Hey there and welcome. Today we are going to tackle something we have all struggled with, writing a proposal that actually wins, without spending days or even hours just staring at a blank screen. We're going to break down a super simple way to get it done.
Now, this is the big promise, right? I want you to just imagine this for a second. Going from absolutely nothing to a polished 10,000-pound proposal in a matter of minutes. It sounds kind of wild, I know, but it's totally achievable.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Impossible, right? Too good to be true? But just stick with me here, because we're about to unpack a method that makes this kind of speed and quality not just a one-off miracle, but something you can do again and again. So first, let's talk about the real enemy here, what I call the blank page problem. It's that sinking feeling in your stomach when you know exactly what you need to do, but you just cannot figure out where to start. It's usually a mix of a few things. First off, there's always the deadline. That clock is just ticking away, the pressure is building, and every single second you're stuck feels like a second you're falling behind. Ugh. And then, of course, you've got the high stakes. This isn't just some homework assignment. We're talking about a huge new client, maybe some critical funding, or a make-or-break project. The outcome really, really matters.
And finally, there it is, the blank page itself, just staring back at you, almost mocking you. It can be absolutely paralyzing, right? Suddenly, all your amazing ideas feel a million miles away.
Okay, so what if you could just sidestep all of that stress? What if there was a system, a framework, that just cut through all the noise and got you right to the heart of the matter?
Well, guess what? There is. And we're calling it the 10-minute method. It's a really simple but powerful way to get your best ideas out of your brain and onto the page in a way that's persuasive and, honestly, just fast.
Just look at the difference here. On the left, that's the old way, the chaos. You're wasting hours guessing at what might work, just drowning in stress. But on the right, that's where we're headed. A process that's structured in minutes, that's clear and persuasive, and that leaves you feeling confident. So how do we get there?
Believe it or not, it all comes down to just two simple steps. Seriously, that's it. First, we're going to pinpoint the core idea, and second, we'll define the value impact. Let's dive into that first one.
Okay, so step one is all about getting crystal clear. It's about finding the absolute heart of your proposal. Before you write a single paragraph, you need to be able to state your one central message.
We call this the pitch. And no, it's not your whole proposal. It's the one single idea that if your audience forgets everything else, they remember this. Let's say you're pitching a new website to a bakery. Your pitch isn't, I'll build you a website. No way. It's, I'm going to create a mobile-friendly site that actually drives online orders and gets new, younger customers in your door. See? It's a whole different ballgame. All right, so once you've nailed that core idea, let's move on to step two. This is where you explain why it all matters to them.
This right here is your value proposition. It is the clear, undeniable benefit your idea delivers. You're directly answering the only question that's really on their mind. So what? What's in it for me? So for our bakery, the value isn't a long list of tech features. It's you're going to see a 20% bump in online sales and attract a whole new generation of customers, which directly boosts your bottom line. It's all about their reward, not your work.
So you see what's happening here? When you put a super clear core idea together with a powerful value impact, well, that's not just a proposal anymore. That's the foundation for a winning pitch. You're not just giving them information, you're building a case they can't ignore.
And what's so cool about this is that this little two-step process goes way beyond just writing proposals. It's a fundamental skill for communication. It forces you to think clearly, to write persuasively, and to focus on what actually matters, whether you're sending an email, giving a presentation, or even mapping out your whole business strategy.
Which, of course, brings us right back to this. That 10,000 pounds, it's not just a random number. It represents the kind of huge, high-value doors that swing open when you can get your ideas across with clarity, confidence, and a laser focus on the value you bring to the table.
So if you remember one thing from all this, let it be this right here. The 10-minute method isn't really a trick for writing faster. It's a framework for thinking clearer. And when you think with that kind of clarity, you don't just win proposals. You win bigger arguments, bigger projects, and way bigger opportunities.
So I'll leave you with this question. Now that you have this simple two-step method in your back pocket, that big idea you've been putting off, it's really just 10 minutes away from becoming a powerful first draft. So what are you going to pitch first?